One of the big decisions that the Vikings are going to have to make this offseason is what to do with Justin Jefferson. Next year, he's going to be in his fifth-year option. Something's got to give. You either give him the mega deal that he deserves. If not, you trade him, as Charlie Walters of the Pioneer Press wrote 2 days ago. The headline, trading Justin Jefferson might be the right move for the Vikings. I personally wouldn't do it. However, I'm open to the discussion. I'm willing to hear the arguments in favor of trading away 18. Now, if you are going to retain the services of Justin Jefferson, that means you sign him to a contract extension, making him the highest paid non-quarterback in the league, surpassing Nick Bosa's deal. In which case, he signed a 5-year, $170 million extension with a $50 million signing bonus, $122.5 million guaranteed. You have so many holes to fill on this roster, both on the offensive and defensive sides of the ball, not just with starters, but with depth as well, to where, realistically speaking, the Vikings, they're not going to be contenders for at least 2 to 3 years. And for the sake of this topic, we'll stay on the higher end of that and say 3 years, maybe they're in the NFC Championship game and competing for a Super Bowl title. I can hear the argument as far as why would you break the bank for a wide receiver? He's not a quarterback. A wide receiver is not going to make us a contender overnight. Fair enough. What I would say to that is, in 3 years, Justin Jefferson is going to be 27 years old. 2 years into that extension. So if we use the Nick Bosa contract as a template for the sake of argument here, Justin Jefferson, 2 years into that extension, at 27 years old, would have a $20.5 million cap hit. At 28, a $42 million cap hit. Is he worth it at that age, still in his prime? Absolutely, especially if you have a quarterback still on his rookie deal, 100%. I would say that when it's all said and done for Jefferson, he will have signed 2 record-breaking contracts. 2 different points in time in his career, he will be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league. And you look at Tyreek Hill as an example. When the Chiefs traded away Tyreek Hill, he was 28 years old, his first year in Miami. Going into next year, the 2024 season, in which case he'll be 30, is Tyreek Hill still worth the 4-year, $120 million extension he signed with Miami? Yes. In fact, I'll take it a step further. I understand MVP has become nothing more than a glorified quarterback's award. However, 2023, there hasn't been a QB that's been good enough to be deserving of MVP. They give it to a quarterback this year, which I'm sure they will. It will be an absolute travesty. If we focus on just the words, most valuable player is Tyreek Hill. And I don't even think it's close. But a guy that is going into next year, 30 years old, still widely considered one of the top 2 receivers in the league. It's between him and Justin Jefferson. Having a guy like Jefferson with a rookie quarterback on a rookie contract, I mean, he's got to throw the ball somewhere. Even with those cap hits, who better than Justin Jefferson? However, the argument to trade him is the type of haul that you would get in return. When the Chiefs traded Tyreek Hill to Miami, they got in return a first-round pick, a second-round pick, 2 fourths, and a sixth. That was when he was 28. So if you were to trade Jefferson right now, you're getting whoever the receiving team is, you're getting a top 2 receiver 3 years younger than what the Dolphins got from Tyreek Hill. So I would amplify that return that the Chiefs got and say that in trading Justin Jefferson, the Vikings, they should get at least 2 first-round picks. The Chiefs, they only got 1. The Vikings get at least 2 first-round picks, a second and a fourth. That's very enticing to think about the possibilities of what you can do with those picks. Let's say trade up, trade down, bring in stockpile young talent to eventually accelerate your way into being contenders sooner rather than later. Here's the problem I have with potentially trading Justin Jefferson. Beyond me just being a Vikings fan, having PTSD, trading away superstar receivers, Randy Moss to Oakland, Percy Harvin to Seattle, Stephon Diggs to Buffalo. Am I forgetting somebody? I think that's it. Beyond that, Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and the Vikings front office, I don't think at this point in time that they are trustworthy enough to handle a trade of that magnitude. Furthermore, even if they were to get fair value in exchange for 18, you have to hit on those picks. First round picks turn into names eventually. You look at the Chiefs, what they turned those picks into in the Tyreek Hill trade, they turned that into Trent McDuffie. Okay, that's solid. Sky Moore, nothing to really raise hell about. Darian Kennard, an interior offensive lineman who is now on the Chiefs practice squad. Rashee Rice, that's a good pick. And defensive tackle Keandre Coburn, who now plays with the Tennessee Titans. Is that worth all of what they turned those picks into? Does that equate Tyreek Hill? Hell no. And that's the Chiefs, who we think, by and large, are good at scouting players. And now turn that into the Vikings. Do you really trust them to hit on those picks if they get the right picks in exchange for Justin Jefferson? I don't. If you feel like you need to trade Justin Jefferson, then we need to accelerate the departure of Kwesi Adofo-Mensah. Somebody else that has more experience needs to come on in and take the reins, which is why I don't think Justin Jefferson will be traded. He will get a contract extension. He will be the highest paid non-quarterback in the league.